Okay, our class is officially on recording, so the session is on. So, like I said, tonight we are going to study how to facilitate a kickoff meeting, starting a meeting. So, I plan two topics. We need to, but if we don't finish the first topic on time, then the second topic will be pushed down tomorrow night. The second topic is recording or writing minutes of meeting project. So it's not just like facilitating a meeting. Yes, you know how, but there is a document or a template you need, an organized way to write minutes of the meeting. So if we finish the first topic, we then move, or if we don't finish it, then we then have to move the next topic to tomorrow. But these are things you really need for next week, because before I finish on time, if I finish onboarding on time before Wednesday next week, I must have asked you people to start each group to start their first meeting, but yeah, so I don't know how far or how fast I can do it, but that is the plan. So let's look at how to kickstart a meeting as a project manager. It's your duty as a project manager, it's your duty to facilitate a meeting. Before facilitating a kickoff meeting, there are things you must have put in place, because you are not just inviting team members to come and tell them that you are the project manager. They already know you are the project manager. Or you are not going to tell them we are starting a project. They already know you are going to start a project. So you must have tried to understand the stakeholders, have a brief of must have picked up stakeholder brief from the stakeholder, at least stakeholder brief, and have a bit of few consultation to understand their expectations from the project. And then you must have done asymmetries to understand rules and responsibilities. You must be able to discuss rules and responsibilities within the project. So these are some of the preliminary actions and deliverables that must have taken place before you start inviting other team members. In some cases, you must have even have a project breakdown structure. So these are things you have to start discussing with the team. You need to hit the ground running because of time. So let's look at our lesson notes and see we have some templates, examples we are going to look at. Hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
All right.
Yes, sir, we can see your screen.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay. So what is a project kickoff meeting? That is the question we want to address now. A kickoff meeting. That is the first ever meeting you need to have in a project, and that is the first meeting you are going to call as the project manager in that meeting. So you must have met with the stakeholders to receive briefing. But the kickoff meeting is when you are formally inviting team members and some stakeholders to establish the understanding, for everybody to have a shared understanding of the objectives, scopes, plans, and then roadmap for the project. The direct roadmap means you are going to be hearing roadmap a lot. Roadmap means direction. Roadmap means plan for the project. So if you need to be discussing objectives, you must have understand the objectives very well yourself. If you need to, because you need to talk authoritatively like a leader, you don't need to be talking and your mouth will be shaking. So that's why you need to prepare yourself very well. You need to understand the scope. If these are you are going to be the point. So many team leads, team members are going to be throwing questions for clarification, and you should be in the position to answer and clarify them. So that's why we've treated some documents. Some team members might be asking you, yes, I'm here. What's expected of me in this project? Yeah, some of them, when they were getting recruited, if they are just recruited for that project, the HR will tell them their roles and responsibilities on a high level. In some cases, they will just tell you the project you are going to, or you don't know what you are going to do. So this is the opportunity, like a proper induction meeting, for you to really explain what the project is all about in that first meeting. If anybody that don't want to be part of the project, some people can say, well, I didn't understand this, what I'm getting into. I'm not going to be part of this project. So it's the time for formal introduction of the project, producing the stakeholders. Other things they need to know, if this is time to establish it. That's why you must have reviewed the project brief. So this is time to review the project brief before the team member or the other team members, and then understanding their roles everybody needs to play. Even if you don't have a project plan at this point, you must at least have like a breakdown structure, giving everybody the insights they needed in that project. So it's very, very crucial. So the purpose of the kickoff meeting, ensure all stakeholders understand the project goals, scope, and deliverable. Engagement, build enthusiasm and communicate among team members and stakeholders. Clarity, which is very important. This clarity is very important. Provide opportunity to clarify rules and responsibilities, timelines, and expectations. So this number 3, you have to, you know why, what to do in this area. For you to provide clarity, How many of us know how to provide clarity? Clarity here. How many of us can do that at this point? If you are being asked or appointed to lead, how many of us here can provide clarity? And how do you do that? You know, role clarity, clarify roles. We've done racism metrics. This is should be an interactive class. So I don't know what you people are thinking of. So many of you are still thinking of cuddling. So what are you thinking? You have to be responding. If I ask question, I need people to respond. I beg. So we need clarity, and that's why we devoted a full night to talk about racism metrics, roles and responsibilities, timeline. We need to understand the timeline. So if you have received the project brief and asked question, you should know the timeline. You should know whether they are ready to extend the timeline or that is the final timeline. You need to understand how urgency that project is. So if an urgent project, and they give you a timeline, there are some projects that they are very urgent and the timeline cannot be compromised. I'll give you an example. During COVID-19, they set up a team to distribute equipment, medications. In this kind of project, it's an urgent project, it's a very critical project. If they tell you we need to distribute 1 million face masks to the whole UK residents, this is a big project. How do everybody in UK must receive a pack of face masks, and this needs to be done within 3 months. You know that this kind of projects, they are not playing with their timeline. So you need to understand the timeline, you need to understand expectations. And this is what you are going to communicate with your team during the project's kickoff meeting. Communication, establish communication protocol and foster collaboration. If you have done good stakeholder analysis, like I said, you know there's a place we created communication action plan where you have to develop a sheet. So it's equally for you. Now you are beginning to understand the pattern of communication. You need to tell them the pattern of communication in this project. So it's not just a meeting for us to come and say, hi, I'm from this, here, this. No, it's a serious meeting. When you start strong, you end strong. But when you start weak, you end weak. So this is the first impression for you to sell yourself to the team, for you to earn their respect, for you to earn, this is time for you to tell them, show your leadership charisma. They say the first impression matters most and it lasts for a long time. Preparation for kickoff meeting. Now, we've known why the purpose of kickoff meeting. Now is your duty as a project lead or project manager to prepare for a kickoff meeting. So this is the steps you need to take. Very soon now, some of you will be asking me, how are we going to start this meeting? Listen how we are going to start meeting. Because some of you will be here laughing. At the end of the day, go and start kickoff meeting. They'll be messaging me privately. Just, how do we do this? I don't know how to do that. But everything you need is here. Define the agenda. That is number one. Agenda should be the objective of the meeting. project overview, scope, objective and deliverable, roles and responsibilities, key timelines, and milestone and communication plan. So that is the agenda. Prepare key documents. You see key documents here. You see project charter or project brief. Why I say project charter or project brief, that so at this time, some project they might not have had a project charter. So if you don't, it doesn't mean if you don't have a project charter, because project charter is not compulsory in a project, but it's very important, like I said. So if you don't have a project charter, you can use a project brief and then develop a project charter. You need a work breakdown structure. If you don't have a project plan, it might be too early to have a project plan at this point, but you must have a work breakdown structure. I see so many of us trying to do our work breakdown structure. I ask so many of you to do it, so many of you refuse to do it. Okay, I wonder how you are going to do it when you are being appointed as a team lead for your group now to do that. Racing metrics, you know, it's time to talk about the what you captured in the racing metrics about the roles and responsibilities. You are the project manager. You know the roles you need in that project. You know what you need, how many people you need, what they are going to be doing. You know what you want to achieve. So you can talk about it very well. So you need a racing metrics to guide you. You can't be talking from your head. You need an authoritative document where they will be seeing it. And after, the best practice is that after this, you make all these documents available for them. You make it accessible for them to take home and study. If you don't have such documents, what are you going to make available to your team members to prepare themselves? Then risk register or rate log. Yes, if you have it, but at this point, it might be too early because we are just starting, but you might introduce the pattern of risk management if you have this on ground already. So these are important documents. Once you have all these things on ground, at least you must, even if you don't have risk register or rate log at this point, it's still understandable. But if you have it, you are showing that you are very strong. And once this document is prepared, like you see, I say prepare this document. I didn't say invite them and start preparing the document in the meeting, because very soon some of you will go and start creating deliverables. After the kickoff meeting, the next thing you see, racing metrics. These are some of the documents you must have prepared as a project manager before the kickoff meeting. Means that you must have prepared. So, okay. Once you are set, invite the right people. The project sponsor, you can invite, yeah, you need to invite the project sponsor. You need to equally talk to the team. They need to equally know who is sponsoring the project. So at some point, he might not be available. So if he or she is not available, good and fine. He will not stop the project. But if they are available, invite them. You need to invite them. They might attend or not. What I should have said is that if they attend, good. But if they do not attend, you can still go on with your meeting because you already consulted them before the meeting. You have all the information, the rights, document, everything you need, but you must invite them. Yeah, you are the project manager. If you like, don't invite yourself, you know. So nobody is asking you to invite yourself, but you must invite others. Invite key stakeholders, team members, that is technical business, and you need to invite them. So it's very, very important to invite all these people. So that is, so once you invite them, set up logistics. You might think this is easy. It's not easy. It's not easy to facilitate a meeting. I'll tell you a story. This is a true life story here in UK. And this guy, you know, just secured a very good business analyst role. So everything is just meeting. So you want to have his first meeting as a business analyst where you need to invite stakeholders, you know, and the point I'm telling you that don't take such things for granted, because you can go there and embarrass yourself. So you need to prepare. But that doesn't mean you need to, I'm scaring you. Just for you to know, you have to take it seriously. And when everybody is there, the guy just messed up. The guy couldn't stand the crowd, and the guy didn't know what to do. The guy didn't prepare very well. He didn't know it's going to be this. And the guy said, let me Ismail use the toilet. From using the toilet, the guy ran away because he wasn't prepared. Okay, so don't try to be like the guy. If you are not prepared, you'll be intimidated. Okay, the logistics here, we'll talk about the venue. You must secure a venue, a platform for the meeting or the virtual meeting platform, presentation tool or collaborative software, distribute the agenda and document beforehand. Okay, and that is it. You see, these are the 4 key steps you need to take in order to facilitate the meeting. Let's look at component of kickoff meeting. Number 1, if you have this kind of templates, this will help you to be on point. You see, welcome and introduction, introduce the attendees, highlights, rules, and set a collaborative tone. 2, project overview. Provide a high-level summary of the project, purpose and scope, objective and expected outcome, roles and responsibilities. Clarify rules and who is accountable for what tasks. Timeline and milestone. Present the project schedule, major milestone and key deadlines. Risk discussion. Share link. Share initial risk, assumption, and mitigation. If you look at the project brief, you remember that risk is captured in our project brief. So you should be able to have a kind of overview about some risk involved. Communication plan. I've already talked about communication plan. You have to establish a communication protocol at this point. Discuss how team will communicate, meeting tools, and reporting frequency. How many times do you guys meet in a week, a month? Who are we going to be meeting with? What kind of meeting are we going to be meeting? You know, you need to establish all these protocols. And then question and answer. Allow participants to ask questions and clarify doubts. So many of you don't try to come there and become Idi Amin. You come and say, after everything, you say, yeah, see you next meeting. You don't give anybody opportunity to talk. You see the way I do? No matter how tight schedule, I must make provision for you people to ask me questions. You know, but some of you will not give opportunity for people to come and ask questions. You just finish and you say, that's all. See you, man. Don't do that. You must provide opportunity for people to ask questions. When they ask questions, you should be able to respond to their question. Then next step, Outline immediate actions. Assign tasks and confirm follow-up and meeting schedule. Don't think that after the kickoff meeting, you say, yeah, I'll see you guys. No, there must be every meeting, something must come out of that meeting. Take home. What next? Action follows. Immediately after the first meeting, there must be an action. You must start immediately assigning small tasks, at least, and follow it up. People should know that, yes, the project have started. So you see this document, this particular table, you see very small, is everything you need to know when you want to start a meeting or facilitate a meeting. Very soon you start asking me, we don't have a template. This is a template. This is a very powerful template. I will only provide an example, but this is a template to help you. In my lesson notes, I capture a lot of things. If you want a template for a meeting, all you need to do is just come over here, copy this, open a fresh Word document, paste it there, and call it Project Kickoff Meeting Template. That it becomes a template. Anytime you want to use it, it will guide you. Template is a document that guides you to produce your own. Best practice: keep it focused, stick to the agenda, and avoid unnecessary discussion. Don't go to kickoff meeting. Don't be like me that come here and start talking about cuddling. Some people might not want to hear that. So, are we here for cuddling? You know, what is he talking about? Because you might now, after this, you might just go and get a job with one international company. You have most of those people there, they are Americans, Europeans, and you go there, you say, let's just do small ice breaking. You know, did you cuddle your girlfriend this night? So, you know, you don't do that. Some of them say, what is he talking about? You know? So, as a matter of fact, it's Sylvia that brought this issue of cuddling and started messing our platform up with cuddling.
Yes, so Sylvia. Oh.
Sylvia.
Okay. So that's best practice. Stick to the agenda and avoid unnecessary discussion. Encourage participation. Allow all stakeholders to share their insights and concern. Like I said, don't be authoritative. Use visual aid. Leverage presentation charts or visual tools to enhance the understanding. If you have anything that will help, like visualization, images, pictures, use them. Document everything. Record minutes, meeting minutes. You must record it. And then action points. There must be an action point. In a meeting, there must be an action point and decision made during the meeting. If you don't record all these things after the meeting, bet me you are going to forget everything. You know, more especially if you have a project manager is a very busy person. If you don't record all these things, everything you must record them. That's why if you have like if you are using a conferencing like the one I'm using now, you record. You see the way I'm recording it. I'm recording it. At times I do transcription so that I'll get everything everybody said word to word. So whichever way, if you want to record we're happy we're in a digital era where technology has done enough. So take advantage of all these technologies. If you can't, for instance, if it is on site, because everything is not online, everything is not remote, you might find yourself in a situation where you are going to be having a lot of on-site meeting. So meaning that, yeah, I trained you remotely how to use, but you are in so many cases, it's not going to be remote. You are going to have live meeting, one-on-one meeting. So you must, like I said, venue during the time, you must have secured venue. Make sure the venue, for instance, if you are in an organization where you go, make sure you book a venue. And before the meeting starts, check your venue, make sure that the venue is available, is reserved for you. If you might reserve a venue, and when it's time for the meeting, you get to the meeting venue or hall, conference hall, you find out that the directors had an emergency meeting and the directors are using you cannot go and start telling the directors, they are the owner of the company. So all you need to do is improvise, look for alternative. But if you do that ahead of time, you must be able to look for alternative arrangement, or even go do it virtually. So, and if you are that kind of person that you cannot be facilitating and be writing, then you might hire someone to write for you. Yeah, you can hire a secretary, or not a virtual, but an assistant, whichever way. Somebody that can take recording, writing for you. So that's it. Transcriber. Set clear expectations. Ensure everyone leaves the meeting knowing their rules and next step. You know, it's very important. Some people, you know, I remember those days we came to UK newly, and we went for a meeting. There's one guy, he came before us. He always want to show up that, tell you that he's here before you. So he tell you, Charles, listen well. You know, these people, they talk with tongue. You have to pay attention, make sure you capture everything. And at the end of the meeting, he's the first person to come and say, Charles, did you hear what these people say? I don't even know what the next thing we're going to do. And these people telling me you need to listen well. But after the meeting, the point I'm making here that, have you attended a meeting, important meeting, and the meeting is over, and you didn't even know what to do. You didn't even know what next to do. What is the next line of action? It happens a lot. So don't put people in that situation. After the meeting, there must be action point. Make sure that everybody understand what they are. You can call only if the team is very large team. Yeah, but in a situation like that, you have to do a minute of the meeting and send it to the team immediately after the meeting, so that everybody will have a documented action point. It's very important. This will make your project become smooth. When some team members are leaving without knowing what they need to do, that is when you start having ambiguity, delays, because they do not understand their roles. They do not understand. Don't think that you are doing yourself a favor by making sure that they understand everything. So it's very important. So, outputs of a kickoff meeting. When you finish a kickoff meeting, there must be a shared understanding. That is the way, the expectation. Alignment on project goals, scopes, and timeline. Assigned responsibilities, clear rules and accountability for team members, action plan, immediate tasks, and next steps to move the project forward, and minutes of the meeting, a documented summary of the discussion and decisions. And then this is an example of a kickoff meeting. Okay, you see here, this is Food Tracker Expansion kickoff meeting. Welcome and production by the project manager, the project overview, the project sponsor here give the project overview, scope, objective and deliverable. Business analyst present the scope and deliverable. If you don't have business analyst, project manager can do this as well. Timeline, milestone and communication plan, the project manager will do this. And then risk and the mitigation. If you have risk manager, but if you don't have risk manager, it becomes the work of a project manager. And then question and answer session, all participants. And next step, closing remark, project manager will give that. So everything here where there is non-project manager, like this one, when there is none, if the project sponsor is not available, project manager. If the business analyst is not there at the moment, project manager. If there is no risk analyst or risk manager, project manager. And then, yeah, so that's it. So that is, I'm not going to give you guys any activity scenario on this because we will not have groups. So if I've set up the groups, I would have asked you guys to come up with something, but we're going to have a group very soon. So conclusively, a well-executed project kickoff meeting set the tone for the project success. It ensures alignment, clarity. If you are the one that is disturbing, there is a way I will Ngozi, I've noticed that you are a very troublemaker in my class, and I don't want that. I'm not going to tolerate that. I'll just kick you out. Okay. Like I said, a well-executed project kickoff meeting set the tone for the project success. It ensures alignment, clarity, and commitment from all stakeholders, creating a solid foundation for the project's execution. Right. We have a question here. What challenges could arise during a kickoff meeting, and how would you address them? So you have to think about challenges and let us know how you are going to address it. So these kind of discussions, I want you people to be things like this, even in our WhatsApp group. If you want to filter our WhatsApp group with chat, this is the kind of things I want us to be brainstorming, rubbing mind together. It's important for me that you guys are collaborating on important topics. Okay, that's it. Have time, because of time, I don't want to rush this minutes of the meeting. We'll leave it for tomorrow. So yeah, so if you have questions on this, raise your hand and I will gladly call you up. So we'll have Beatrice Adeshola. Beatrice, if I call you twice, I'll jump you. We'll have Constance Machuku. Constance.
Okay, good evening, Mr. Charles. Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Charles. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sure. Your voice is clear.
Okay, sir. Good evening. Thank you for today's class. Okay, so my question goes on the venue. Okay, is it the project manager that is going to pay for the venue? Assuming it's a physical meeting. Is it the project manager that is going to pay for it? I the one that is going to fund everything.
Of course,
We
you
need.
have received budget for the meeting, for the project. Is it not part of the what we are spending for? Is it who is it chaff that's coming here? Am I the one that coming to pay for your where you have received the budget?
Okay, sir. I just wanted to know. I thought maybe it's something that
These are
the
part of the
company.
things. These are part of the things. Is it not part of the project?
Yeah,
Even
it
if you
is.
use let me the venue here, most companies have conference room. Are you getting it?
Okay.
I'll
Yes,
give you
sir.
an example here. If you are working with if you're in Nigeria working with a Zenith Bank, how are you going to pay for the venue? I'm asking you a question.
No. I think they have the conference hall where you hold meetings. So I
Okay.
was thinking, yeah, they do
Okay.
have.
If you are working with Unilag, there's a project you are working. How are you going to pay for the conference meeting in Unilag?
I think they should also have a conference
Okay,
hall
if you
too.
have working for UNTH, is a general hospital. How are you going
Yes.
to pay?
So this, I think they still will have also a conference hall, sir, for that.
Okay, if
I
you
just
are
wanted to.
working with Google and it's a distributed team where you guys need to work virtually, how are you going to pay for the? So you see?
So I think they will still have a conference hall, sir. But just I was thinking that
Google
maybe
Google don't have
they
conference
said they
hall.
have
Oh.
a
Google Meet. Zoom.
So your question has been taken care of.
Thank you, sir.
But like what I said is that you must make sure that you secure the venue. What you need to do, from my experience where I work on site, we have facility managers. Talk to facility managers. Let them know if former girlfriend, you can do better, man. When you have facility managers, talk to them, let them know you want this that venue, that conference. If it's not available, like in my own case, my company will have so many conference rooms. So you choose the one you want. As a matter of fact, you will see all the available every day. You see, or within the month, you see the availabilities. You check, you see availabilities. So all you did choose one. As you are choosing it, is disappearing, so that nobody will be able to book it again. It's quite disorganized. But if it's not that way, you use a virtual meeting. You can just schedule a virtual meeting, but you must find out when everybody will be available, more especially the project sponsors. But if they tell you that they are not going to be available, and you can carry on, then you carry on. Outside the kickoff meeting, when the projects have started, and maybe all of you are employees in that company and you are in a project, then you try to understand when everybody is on annual leave, so that you don't have to go put a meeting when people are on annual leave. Is equally important. These are some of the things you need to understand as well. But this kickoff meeting, this is the main thing. As we are progressing, we'll talk more about meeting, even as a business analyst and other things. You are going to have a lot of meetings. So, but if you start learning it from now, you're going to master it before we conclude.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right. Ugochi, Victor, Chike.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay, so my question is this. So now we have gone through the kickoff meeting for stakeholders. How about, is there a meeting for between the project manager and the project sponsor? Is there something that we should have on ground to get ready for that meeting, so that we don't miss the project sponsor's expectation, his timeline, and all that, as in a way to like be prepare for the meeting and
Did
all
you
that.
attend our project brief session?
Yes, I did.
What did we discuss on project brief?
Okay, so the project brief
I asked you a question. What did we discuss on project brief?
Okay, the project brief highlights the scope and
so how do you receive the project brief?
okay, it's prepared by the project manager. Yes.
How do you prepare it?
By being in a meeting with the project sponsor.
Good. So you answered the question.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So that's why you have to, I said that before you start inviting these people, the other team members, this is kickoff meeting to start the project. It's not the kickoff meeting to have, you must be having discussions with the stakeholders before the kickoff meeting to start the project. You must have received a brief from them. In brief, you must have a meeting with them. You need to understand so that is, as a matter of fact, they are going to invite you first to tell you about what they need from you. They will give you a brief, either by document or by oral. I told you there are so many project sponsors. So many of them have been project managers before they might have risen to become whatever. So many of them are not. Somebody like me, I've been so many project sponsors in so many projects. I've made projects. So to make things easier for my project managers, I prepare the brief I give to them. Let them, after I'll talk them through, they will go and review. If they have any question, they can come back to me and ask questions. Some people, they don't have time. They'll just call you, sit you down, 30 minutes, they tell you what they want from you, and they are gone. In this situation, as they are talking, you are writing. After writing, put it together and go for their validation. If they are happy, use it to go and start preparing for your kickoff meeting. That's it. All right. Ugochukwu, I've called Beatrice, so I've bypassed you, Beatrice. So I'm not coming back to you. I don't know that. I don't go back and forth. Ugochukwu Onwelozo.
All right, thank you very much, sir. In the sample that you are giving us of the kickoff meeting, I saw in that place timeline and all that. My question is this: the timeline, is it the this Gantt chart timeline that we're going to present to them, or are we going to just use the CRM implementation as the kind of presentation and give to them? Or is there any special kind of way we are going to present timeline on what we are going to do, how we are going to do it, and when it's going to end? That's just what I want to find out.
Okay, Mr. Gochukwu. Timeline is simply put project duration. That's it.
Okay, all right.
All the Gantt charts, all this and that is just to show visibility. You know, if they tell you every project must have a timeline, when you are meeting the project sponsor, they'll tell you, well, Mr. Gochukwu, I want to implement a CRM for this organization or for this unit. As a matter of fact, it's a matter of urgency. We want this done within 6 months. No more, no less. 6 months, that is your timeline, that is the duration. So you need to let the team know the timeline, that this project is for 6 months, no more, no less. That's it. I use the example during COVID-19, you want to distribute safety materials, or they gave you that this is emergency. This, every household need to get this vaccine within 3 months. That is a timeline. 3 months is a timeline. And you know, it's an emergency. They don't want to hear stories. Is that clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Chika, okay. And after
Good evening, Mr. Charles.
Ajana, we close for tonight. Okay, Chika, carry on.
All right, so mine is just curiosity. You know, you mentioned you're going to share us into groups, and we'll be having our kickoff meetings very soon. And part of what we're expected to do is to assign roles. I'm just wondering, since we are all project management students for now, how are we going to assign the roles to business analysts, developers, and all of that?
So those that will have at the moment, if we look at our projects, the example I give to you, project is broken down into stages. At some stage, key stage, initiate stage, you know, people that are, if you look at the initiate stage of our project, the example, did you see developers there? I asked you a question.
No.
Okay.
In the planning stage, did you see developers there?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why are you going to hire developers and start paying them from initiate stage? Who is going to bring the money? Chick, I'm asking you a question.
Okay, I get it now. But then we are expected to have maybe the sponsor at the kickoff meeting. From
So
this agenda, also risk managers, and there are some other roles.
I said something.
If
I say something about risk manager now. What did I say about it?
That if it's not available, then the project manager will take over it.
Good. Thank you, Gochukwu. So Chika will move. Beatrice Adeshola.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Sorry for that. I couldn't unmute. So I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah, we hear you faintly, but you can do better.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. So my question is that I'm being curious too, that for instance now where you have segregated us into groups, like shared us into project groups, and the company we are going to be in term with, definitely they would have had project managers. So how do we grow from there? So that is my question. So
Definitely, you said definitely they must have project manager.
Yes, sir. So
How
will they give
can
us
you,
chance to also participate?
can you rephrase your question?
Okay, my question is that the companies we are going to be having internship with, based on our different states that will be segregated to. So I want to ask that. Okay, definitely, like you said, they would have had project managers and all those positions. So where do we come in this company since we are going to be intern with them? So will they give us that free hands to actually work, to set up projects, to initiate and debrief and all of that? So that is my question. Thank you, sir.
Of course, definitely, like you said, I didn't say definitely, you said definitely. Definitely is sure, you are sure they have. What if they don't have? What if you are the project manager they are waiting for?
An existing company, sir.
Yes, who said that existing company must have a project manager? Where do you work at the moment?
For now, I'm self-employed, but I've worked with Nobel Carpet and Rug. I've worked with Niger Insurance before now. Yes.
Okay. Project managers, for instance, the insurance company you work, do you have a project manager if there is no project going on?
No, I don't know about that because we are marketers. So nothing.
Of course, marketing is a very big environment where we have ongoing projects. Don't you know that? Marketing is a big a big part of the organization. That project is running in the marketing department. There's like ongoing projects, you know, promotional projects, launching projects, new products on the market, a lot of projects. So the answer to your question is that all these things are being taken care of. All you need to do is follow up what we are asked to do. So there is no need of this kind of curiosity.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So Patient Ajana. All right. Thank you everyone for joining. And
thank you, Mr. Charles.
Everything is planned out, so you don't need to worry about. All you need to do is make sure that.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
Take one step at a time. Don't jump. Try to understand this. If you are taking it one step at a time, within the next 2 to 3 months, you become a pro. But if you are jumping, if you are not master this and you are jumping, you know, this is where we start putting ourselves under pressure because we want to jump. And some of us now already trying to press calculator how much they are going to make when they become project manager. While you are not there yet, you know, you start stressing yourself. High blood pressure start coming, you know, but try to know it first. Once you are knowing it, when the job will come, you won't even know. You already landed a job and you will start enjoying. Well, that's where the problem comes in. So, well, God will help us.
Memo.
Yeah.
Amen, sir.
All right. So God bless you. Yeah, if you have not, if you have a friend, We have a lot of lastminute.com people. If you are friend, if you or your friend is among the lastminute.com, you've not filled the form, it's important. Please go tell them to fill the form, because once we pass that stage, we might not go back, because
again. Okay.
I'm a very busy person. I have a lot of things to do. I like to give long rope. But once I close the door, you might be thinking that I'm a bad person, but it might become because I'm no longer there to open the door for you. When I might come back to open the door, a lot of you might have missed a lot of things. Thank you, and good night, rest.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
and good night,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Good
you.
night,
Good
sir. Bye-bye.
Good night,
Bye,
sir.
everyone.
Thank you. Good night,
Bye.
everyone.
Good night, Mr.
Bye,
Charles.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
See you in the
All
group.
right.
Hello, Mr. Charles. Good
Yes.
evening, sir. Sorry, I don't know if it was my own Ngozi. I didn't know I want to apologize. I didn't know my speaker was on. I was actually just stepping out from the house to go to work. I didn't know my speaker was on. When
I already know you now. That's why I said that you are.
Sir?
I already know you. You are very troublesome. So that's why I said that.
No, I beg, I am not. I actually didn't know that this thing was on. Personally, I don't like interceptions when the lectures are on. Honestly, I didn't know. I apologize.
Apology accepted.
Thank you so much.
Good night, everyone.